Hello Aquarius, Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising. I am here to do your new moon and Libra reading for September 2022. Welcome back to subscribers. Welcome to anyone new to my channel. And to subscribers, thank you for your patience. And for those of you who do not know, I am a reader who is called in and out of this collective work for the general collective, the zodiac. I do not do this as my livelihood. That I do. There's a lot of other things that I do actually, and this is just one of them. So I'm not here to turn for profit for this. It's more of a service that I do for those of you who need clarity, confirmation, forewarning, or encouragement on your journey. YouTube nowadays is saturated with a lot of readers, and who are have turned it into their livelihood, and so they're definitely pushing out all the supply for the demand. But it can be unhealthy if it becomes obsessive or something. You don't want to depend on readers. You don't want to become dependent on readers to tell you about your life. You have that free will and power to write your own destiny and be active in your life, and proactive instead of reactive, or just kind of accepting or even allowing someone to speak into your life that consistently. So for some of you, if you're experiencing a lot of chaos after coming into readings, you might need to kind of clear that, and be careful who you allow to speak into your life. Okay, so enough lecturing. I'm going to get into this. At the end, I'm going to pull a Moonology card. Now, this new moon in Libra Aquarius is going to be highlighting your ninth house of philosophy, higher education, law, um, your cross-cultural relations, learning, even religion, your beliefs in that way. So your recent past is making a choice, and the Four of Pentacles. I feel for some of you, this is kind of making a choice on where you want to lay your foundation. This could be a foundation of where to live, or the fundamentals of your education, or the fundamentals of your religion, or what you believe in. Like, it's something with your core sense of self and security, or what you hold on to, what you value. Could have had a crossroads in the recent past, or there could have been something that where you're holding on to. It's like a belief that could be holding you back, or holding you back from making a choice. Either way, a choice has presented itself in their past, and you may have remained stuck or refused to make a choice based on what you were holding on to, as far as what you believe in. And for many of you, there's something tangible that you believe, and so to open your idea to something else that hasn't been proven may have been something that was difficult for you. Okay, this is again your recent past, so I don't want to dwell too much on it, but I do feel like some other enlightenment will come in from it as I move on. It's usually how it works with these readings. Your present point of advantage is compass and strength. Okay, so I'm kind of getting something here with this. With this compass, this is like you knowing your direction, you knowing your true north, and this strength is you staying steadfast in it. Like, no matter what, you're standing in that truth of where you're going, and that strength is a resistance to anyone trying to get you to go in their direction. I'm getting that mainly, but also a strength is about you taming the beast within that would kind of take you out off of your course or your direction. So yeah, taming the beast within, and I'm also kind of getting discipline and pride in the fact that you know your direction, and you're led kind of with your inner compass more so than what's shown to you on the outside, because outside of you, or outside of your belief system. um Yeah, so I feel like for some of you there, whatever you chose here, you chose a path of that is your foundation, or it is going to be the foundation of your knowledge, understanding, your education, or even your religion. You set, what you found is you set the foundation, and now you're on this path where you know where you're going, and you're very steadfast in maintaining this direction that you've chosen for yourself and trusting your inner compass. What we have for your challenge or resistance is flying. And then we have another real like flying card with this 8 of Wands. So there's something to do with rising above the status quo, Aquarius. That is a challenge for you. Flying is above rise, is about rising. It's a freedom card. You're free from the maze. You stand out. Aquarius, you are a sign that usually does in some way, but this is also a challenge for you, and it is for some of you it's a resistance. Like it's like I'm getting kind of the energy, if this is your challenge, that you're trying to blend in. You're not trying to make waves really, but there's something here. I feel that if you were to communicate, there's some communication here that I feel. And it's also travel. So for some of you too, yeah, this could rule your travel house. And for some of you, maybe there's a challenge for you. Maybe you've made a choice in the past for some of you to stay put, to stay grounded, to stay where you are, and not travel. But maybe your challenge or resistance to travel is maybe something you need to revisit or reconsider. Making some movements, flying above a pattern that was already laid out and creating your own, being inspired by the ideas that are coming into your head. Don't resist those. If it may be going against textbook in some way, I feel like something that goes against textbook, but it's something of an inspiration, and flying free, as well, kind of rising above the pattern or what everyone else has already laid before you, and kind of creating your own. So it's like kind of being a unicorn and standing out. It's like some of you need to do that. Some of you need to do something that sets you apart from what everyone else is doing. If it's something where your field is saturated with a lot of people or things, like you need to be in some way standing out or communicating those inspirational thoughts or ideas that are coming to you. What we have for your unexpected help, it is solitude with the 2 of Swords. So for some of you, you're going to be able to get a break and have some space to deliberate a decision. There is going to be a separate path. And again, this is something that's going to be presented to you as an unexpected help. So I see there's some introspection here. And for some of you being indecisive, it is an unexpected help, because maybe the timing isn't right for something. Maybe you do need to kind of take your time and not be rushed into making a choice or a decision as it comes to your education, or choosing a school, or even like what you choose to learn about something foreign to you. Now, some of you, there could be, and I'm kind of picking up, maybe some of you are picking up another language. Your direction, travel. I feel like for some of you, it is travel. And for some of you, it's like you're going to be traveling alone, but you're indecisive about where to go. Or if you are in a partnership and one of you wants to go one place and another wants to go another, I feel like for some of you, it actually would be good to be in separate spaces for some time. But again, your challenge and resistance is flying. So you may have just like have a literal fear of flying or travel to the destination that you want to go into. But there's something here where it's a benefit, it's something of a benefit for you to do some self-reflecting. You might have the time to do that and the space to do that. What is your advice? Magic stream with the Hanged Man. So magic stream is kind of a collective that you're joining where you are contributing to a group that is already established. Like you're adding to the stream. And then the Hanged Man is like, keep your perspective open as it comes. And you know, Hangman is another kind of standing out card. It's like, you know, you want to be a part of something, but there's something here where you can be innovative if you change your perspective. And there's also this sense of like kind of take your time out and bathe in this stream of wisdom and knowledge and understanding that others have already put before you or are doing. Like it's like kind of surrender and sacrifice the time and put in the effort to really take in what is already being established as far as this magic stream goes. You could be introducing some new ideas or implementing some new ideas into some type of space. Being innovative and or again kind of sacrificing what it is that, or one plan for a group plan again, but this or for some of you it's kind of step out of the group, step out of what has already been established. I think for some reason I'm getting this push that there's like support spirit is supporting you being a very kind of independent thinker, Taurus. And then we have magic prayer and the Tower for where things are headed should you continue on this course. So magic prayer is definitely the sense of like you say those words that get the divine to say okay, and lightning strikes and this tower falls. So I do feel like there's a surprise coming in. And for anything that is outdated as far as a structure that has been put in place, I feel is going to falter, but I feel like for some of you it could have something to do with you could be that spark. You know, you could be that person that expresses yourself in your unique way about some type of subject, philosophy, or even space or place, and then something changes, or even your presence somewhere could change an atmosphere. Something with that is going on here, Aquarius. But I do feel like there's something here where there's like a divine answer to a prayer coming in. A breakthrough that you've been asking for or needing. Especially for those who need to change your surroundings or want to get yourself out of a pattern where everyone's doing the same thing and you want the freedom to do your own and not follow the status quo in some type of field. Some of you, I don't feel you regretting that your foundation for your education or what you're learning. I just feel like there's something here that you feel like it is not teaching you, or it somehow is restrictive or limiting, and that you can take what you're learning and maybe do something totally different with it. My camera may be glitching and I apologize for that. get one card for Aquarius. Nothing wants to jump, so we'll take this. And it is adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. The next third quarter moon may be very significant for some of you. And as it comes to the transit cards, I am picking up the book and looking into what it has to say, because it does kind of tie together a lot of what was said. I've noticed. I think I started with one of the signs, and so think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is a lot of negativity and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes from the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There also may be a crisis now which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. Okay, so that I'm glad I did read it for this one, because I am, yeah, and I am reevaluating the situation. It's definitely, this is what the Hangman does. It reevaluates. It goes to the magic stream and it reevaluates what's going on. So that, or that's your advice. Go to the magic stream, that group or that sanctuary that you feel is something where you feed each other and you all come together with your gifts and talents to create and keep each other going and flowing, keep things flowing. Your life may be out of balance and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move this situation forward. So again, a pause to reflect. It just may be an advantage for you, because there's something major that is coming in that's going to change everything anyway, that's beyond everyone's control. So there could be something where you're on a course. It's like, for this, it's like trust what happens. If you're having delays with travel, there's a reason for that. Delays with some type of education, certification, or changes going on within a subject or something like that. Requirements changing. There's something here where the bar is moving, but especially I'm kind of getting for those of you who were planning a trip, and if something gets canceled and you have a decision here, definitely wait, because there does seem to be this sort of blessing that is coming in the form of what will look like a tower, feel like a tower situation, but it kind of, again, you need that time to adjust. So, because, just believe that everything kind of happens for a reason. And if you're going to travel, your challenge or resistance here, and again, with even communication with those, I feel for some of you, there's like some type of international connections you're establishing, or you will establish, or you need to establish before going to a space, and some type of pause will allow you to establish those connections before you actually make a move. Yeah, but be prepared for surprises. So those are the readings I have for you, or the messages I have for you, Aquarius. I will be back with the heart spread readings for those of you who are more focused on relationships. Oracles, more of a self-improvement, and those of you who do work with the moon cycles and to set your intentions and manifest changes and progress in your life. So this is the new moon one, new beginnings, full moon. I'll start those as well. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you for those who do understand that I am not a reader who you're gonna get consistently, like, for years and years. This is not my money maker, but it is something that often I do have the time and feel the urge and the pull to come back to. And so my intention is pure when I get my messages, and I read them as such, and I like to show them to the camera, because you can get a message that interprets differently from myself. So yeah, that's if that's something that you like, I do welcome you to subscribe, and hopefully we can uh, establish some type of, I know I turn my comments off just because that's just something that I decided to do this time around with this channel. But I hope you are getting something out of it, and you can communicate that through a like if you would like. So thanks again, Aquarius. Take care.